Week 14. I just realized I did something really kind of sad, crazy, but nobody told me, Tim. So it's okay. I didn't release week 13 attendance. I was just looking at it. I'm like, wow, okay. I just did it. So I'm going to leave week 13 together with week 14 out there for you to watch and reply. So at the end of next week, again, week 14, at the end of that, I'll make both of them unavailable. So here we are, week 14. I graded the work from last night, and Tim, your comment about, if you export it as an object and then you try to call new on it, doesn't quite work because it's creating an object, which is great that you figured that out on your own. Good for you. Part of that is just, part of this course is just learning how to troubleshoot code. It's good to ask. I'm not saying don't ask, but it's also good to develop that muscle of how to do that. So right on. So next week we continue this. Week 14, learn together. We continue this. And I, as always, did it myself. Went through and created my email app idea with the API endpoints and added the delete. I didn't add the update, but I had said in the video I could have, and I still will. And this is where you start to get into whatever concept you're going to be doing for Dev 2. What are your data? What's your data look like? How is it modeled? If it's modeling the real world, does it allow duplicates? If not, then how do you handle that? Right? So for my email app, I had to think about, right, the idea of, once you send an email, can you modify that email? No. You can delete that email, which is why I implemented the delete, but you really wouldn't modify an email because once you send it, it's not available for you to modify. But like Tim, on your account, right? Once you do a transaction, is there anything you would do to modify it? So what you want to come up with for the last dev, which is really just doing the CRUD operations, including authentication, which by the way, we start in week 15. Like, what does that look like? And so for me, one of the things I realized I could do, and I will do, is that the CRUD, the create is easy, the read is easy. It's the update that you have to start thinking about. And actually any of them, but more specifically the update operation you have to think about in relationship to how are you modeling that real world, which is what I was leading up to. So for me, what I would use, how I'd demonstrate the U in CRUD would be to update the user. So that makes sense. Totally can do that. So I just want you to be thinking about that as you're moving through this. So what I will leave you with today is not the concepts of what we're talking about in the class, but which is the email that got sent out to all students during spring break about the campus modifying the drop policy. And so that's important for anyone in this class that is in a situation that they are not doing well and they feel like they've missed the drop date. You can now actually drop into May as well. So you have that extended drop date. So please read that email and reach out to me if you have any questions about that. Again, I'm not recommending it. I'm just telling you, please understand your options because of the unusual circumstance we're all in. Okay, so just let me know if you need any of that. So here we are, week 14, 15, 16, 17. I stopped the learn togethers in week 16. I think I don't have, do I have content? I think I don't, right? So I'm going to have to think, I think that's the only one I have to think about actual content for. I'll do that, but do know that imagine the requirements. So this will be what I will commit to doing next week, which is drafting these requirements for the last dev. Now, shouldn't be a big surprise. I've already kind of hinted at them today. But basically, you're writing endpoints for and you don't have to call it user. You could call it something else. But then your app-specific concepts, writing the endpoints for the CRUD operations, which includes authentication. So that's really what you're doing and demonstrating that. That's where I think it might work fine for you to actually demonstrate it from your system. So give me some feedback on that. But I also like to have you export your Postman and as your submission, so then I can set that up and run it on my system as well. And so we might do a combination of those for the last development for this class, which is May 20th that week. Alrighty, so happy Friday. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Please let me know if you have any questions, any comments, any additional things you want to chat about. And otherwise, I will talk to you soon. Peace out.